Hi, I'm Kristin Davis, and I want to know, are you a Charlotte? Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Are You a Charlotte? Today, we have a very fun episode of Catching Up with Friends. We are talking to Jason McDonald, who played a character named Emerson in Season 2, Episode 13, Games People Play, where he filmed a storyline with me that got fully cut out. And he has some really great memories. I think I flirted a lot with him. I'm not sure. He's a really, really interesting guy. I'm going to try to find this footage and share it with all of us. But in the meantime, I'm going to put the Polaroids he had of us way back up on the Instagram for everyone to see. This is a fun walk down memory lane with Jason McDonald. Jason McDonald, everyone, who emailed us very sweetly with some memories that I cannot wait to hear.
Yeah, and they're very different from your memories, I'm sure. But it was like the first big booking of my career, so I was so excited to work with you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, I'd done soap operas and commercials and theater and stuff, but it was like my first. And I remember auditioning. I didn't audition season 1, but they started bringing me in season 2. And I had auditioned, what's the role? Steve Brady. To be Brandon, this guy.
Wow.
What was his name?
David Eigenberg.
David.
Yeah.
And he was great. He was terrific.
Yes.
It's funny because I was working at a restaurant in Soho, and Jenny Bix came in for dinner and sat at the bar where I was bartending. And she was like, "Oh my God, we just saw you for like that role." I was like,
"Wow." Yeah. So what happened?
Well, I didn't get that role. Then I auditioned for Mr. Pussy. You remember that
my
role?
God. So you auditioned for so many important parts. Wow.
I know. And then the one I ended up getting, which was Emerson on that episode, Games People Play, right? That Jenny wrote.
Right.
And they cut our whole storyline.
And why? What did we do? Tell me everything, because I don't have a clear memory.
Okay, so it was a bridge party. It was Upper East Side bridge party. We were bridge partners.
Okay.
And it was like this, high-end Upper East Side preppy bunch of people. And you and I were making eyes across the room from each other. And then we ended up being partners. And then someone accused us of cheating. And then we went around the corner and you put me up against the bookshelf and kissed me. And
what?
Yeah, you don't remember this.
No.
We should talk to Jenny. We should talk to Jenny Bix because she remembers
this footage.
It. Yeah.
Okay,
I know, right?
We need it. Yes. Yes. And, okay, so this is very bold of Charlotte. I'm impressed. Okay, good. Yeah, okay, wow.
And then whoever the host. And this is so weird that I remember this. Why do I remember this? The character's name was,
Tell me.
The character's name was Mimi Aschenbach. I don't know why I remember that. And I think the VO was like, Sarah's character saying, and Charlotte got kicked out of Mimi Aschenbach's Upper East Side apartment for kissing Emerson against the bookshelf or something. It was like something like that.
Wow. So, kind of like Clue, like games people play, like in the study with the, gun, revolver, whatever.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We were in the hallway. Yeah.
Wow.
That was my memory. And I was like, and you were so freaking kind. Like we shot really late that night at Silver Cup.
That was our MO. We were
and you had your
really
dog
late.
there. And I remember meeting
I had
your
my
dog.
golden. My golden was there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And I met Cynthia because you guys were good friends. And she was there doing something. And we hung out. We hung out in your dressing room and we talked.
How fun!
I know, right? It was like.
I was so glad. So you had a late night Silver Cup night with us.
Yeah.
We had many. That's fun times. That's fun times. Did we work like all night? Was it one of those like really bad?
Yeah. No, I think we wrapped at like 6 or something.
Yeah.
I remember the van taking me into the city, and it was like light out already.
Yep. That was how we rolled. Wow. So was that just the one day that we filmed, or did we film more than once?
Yeah, that was it. That was
interesting.
my one day. and it ended up on the cutting room floor.
I'm so sad. I'm so sad for us. What happened?
It's been a good story for me for the past 25 years. It's been a good story.
Good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I mean, it makes me wonder, when I watched the episode, I did feel like, gosh, what happened to my storyline? I had some vague memory, but I didn't remember this, but I do remember Bridge. Do you know what I mean? Like I remember, but I didn't know it was that episode. And I think I'm going to just take a guess that we had John Bon Jovi, and therefore, it's really no one can compete with John Bon Jovi.
Right.
That would be my guess. But it was such an interesting, I liked the games people played storyline. You know what I'm saying? And that would have been fun to have another version of that. So I wonder, I'm going to ask Jenny, because I do feel like there was at one point, people would tell me that if you had gotten the collection of DVDs, that there were some omitted scenes that had been on the DVDs. So I'm curious if we could get a hold of that and find out. That would be really fun to watch.
Yeah, I had said something to Jenny when I was on her show, Welcome to Flatch, for 2 seasons.
Yeah. Well, tell us about that. This is so incredible. So wait, you meet her the first time you're a waiter.
Right. I'm a bartender.
Unbelievable.
I'm a bartender. Yeah.
Love it. You're a bartender. Got it.
And then you fast forward to 2020, and I auditioned for this Fox comedy called what was called This Country at the time. And when I got the audition, I saw EP was Jenny Bix. I was like, so in my submission notes for my audition for that show, I was like, hey, Jenny, or let Jenny know that I played Emerson in her episode 20 years ago.
How fun.
When I did my chemistry read, which we did over Skype.
Wow.
Jenny was like, hi, Jason. Like nothing had changed. It was like she remembered.
I love it.
Me.
No, Jenny's amazing. Amazing. We have a few people that we cast in Sex and the City that ended up on her other shows, which I love. I think she just has a catalog of people she likes in her mind, and then she's able to put them in other shows, which is like such a joy.
Yeah, there was a guy that guest starred on Welcome to Flatch who was had been on Men in Trees, like she knew him from there.
Yeah. But she's the best.
She was. And then when when I booked that show and we met for the table read and the fittings and the photos and all that, she was like, you look the same. I was like, well, no, but thank you. Yeah, she's lovely. But here's a story, Kristin. So
tell me.
No one tells you when you're cut out of something.
I know. So sad. So
I had some friends over to watch the episode and I wasn't on it. Which,
oh no.
It's fine. It's not a sob story, but a month or two later, I was walking up Columbus Avenue and there was this golden retriever outside a store, and I stopped to like pet it. And you were in the store and came out and you started talking. I was like, hey, and you were like, oh my God. And in that moment, you said, it wasn't us. It wasn't us. They didn't cut the storyline because of us.
Oh, thank God.
It was a time thing or something, or they felt like the writing, didn't land or something. But I think it was the John Bon Jovi thing. Yeah.
I mean, probably. And probably if it was the John Bon Jovi thing, they might not have said to me it was the John Bon Jovi thing. But I probably, would have figured that out eventually. Yeah. But I do think time-wise, I mean, a lot of times you would know, like there would be like the A plot, B plot, C plot, D plot, because there were 4 of us, right? And you would know, oh, this is my week to have the D plot, meaning smaller, but usually it existed. I'm just guessing that John Bon Jovi, won out or whatever in terms of minutes on screen. Yeah. But I'm glad that we saw each other in Columbus. See, there are things that I just don't remember. Sometimes I remember like tiny minutia, sometimes nothing. So I'm glad that my golden, who's named Callie, was like the connector. She's a very sweet girl. Very sweet girl. So wait, where are you now?
In Park Slope in Brooklyn.
Oh, cool. I love Park Slope so much.
Yeah, we're right on the park, so it's really, really nice.
Oh my God, incredible. When we were doing, and just like that, the first year that we went back to do it, which was right after COVID, I took my kids with me. And so I was trying to find a place that was like, big enough and fun enough and whatever. And we got a place that was a couple blocks from the park, and they went every day to that park. They knew every inch. And then the next time I took them, we were going to the Village, and I said, you guys, I found this incredible brownstone in the Village. And they were like, oh, what about Park Slope? They were like terrorized that we weren't going to be in Brooklyn again. And I said, no, it's going to be okay. It's the Village. And they were like, no, mommy, no. Park Slope. We have to be in Park Slope. They love it so much.
Yeah, it's great. We have 3 dogs, so it's really convenient to have it right there.
Oh, you're living the life.
Yeah.
That's so nice. Now, wait, there was something in your bio about an acting school in Atlanta.
Yeah, I was in Atlanta for a few years and opened an acting studio down there. But I'm teaching here in Brooklyn now at Terry Knickerbocker Studio.
Yeah, I know Terry Knickerbocker. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and I teach on camera. So teaching the next generation.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, on camera is so important because almost no one teaches that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
And with self-tapes being the thing now.
My God.
And these kids who at Terry Knickerbocker, I call them kids, they're in their 20s, but
I understand.
So they have no clue. They've been studying speech and voice and movement and all of in Meisner, and they have no clue how to do a self-tape or how to work on set. So I do everything.
This was me for sure. We didn't have to self-tape when I was coming up, but I mean, the whole camera thing, you were just like, what's happening?
Yeah.
It's a lot to learn. But now with the self-tape, part of me, I feel like the self-tape seems nice because you have creative control. But then the thing that worries me about them all with the self-tape is that you're also not getting that immediate feedback in the room.
Yeah. And it's funny because I remember your show and I would go out to Silver Cup to audition, and was it Jennifer McNamara? Was that her name? The casting director?
Yeah. She's incredible.
And she was so wonderful. And I, just to be in the room and get feedback, and I knew they liked me, they kept bringing me back for stuff, and that you don't have that anymore. You really don't.
Yeah, that's upsetting.
So here's a funny one, Kristin. So I get cut out of season 2. Season 3, they brought me back in for a few roles, and I didn't book them.
What?
I was like, well, you had a new showrunner, right? Darren Star was gone by season 3, right? And it was a new showrunner. Is that correct?
Well, I mean, he'd been around since season 1 as a writer, but yes, Michael Patrick was then in charge. Yeah. I mean, it depends who you ask, right? Like, I remember I felt like Darren had already kind of left. Like when I see like this episode that we're rewatching this week is 217, which is kind of late in the 3rd season, and Darren wrote it. But I think at this point he was kind of coming and going, whereas Michael Patrick was just only like fully focused on us and writing, directing, executive producing. And then he, goes on to win Emmys and do our movies and all the things. Right. Yeah. But I think Darren loves to create, right? That's his main thing that he loves. And he has self-described himself as a shark where he needs to keep moving. So he's always trying to find the next thing. And I don't know that he enjoys the going on and on season after season so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny because what season are they on Emily in Paris? Like season 8 or season 5, right? So
I think, yeah. I mean, and I think it's great that he stayed. Yeah. It's funny. I got in a room in front of him in a callback for something years after Sex in the City, and he was like, "You're familiar to me," and I was like, "Well, let me tell you a story." And he was like, "I have zero recollection of that." I'm like, "I'm sure you don't." Oh no, I can't believe they didn't bring you back in season 4 or whatever it was. Shame on them.
I moved to LA shortly after that, so I was kind of like out of the New York loop. But
got it.
Did your producers show you the photos that I have from us?
No.
Oh my God.
What?
So this is crazy. You and I had all this downtime for some reason, and you grabbed a Polaroid from wardrobe, and we took these Polaroids.
I love Polaroids.
I found them a few years ago and scanned them.
Oh my God, they're adorable. I'm seeing them now. We're going to put them on the Instagram. Wow, we look young. My good Lord in heaven. I mean, we look like we're 20.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I love Polaroids. They have that weird kind of like 70s appeal to them. Funny.
Isn't that funny that I found those? And I showed them to Jenny when we were working on Flatch, and she was like, "How do you have these photos?" And I was like, "Well, I had these Polaroids and I scanned them." Like, it's crazy.
I love it so much. Now, take me back a little bit to your life. Like, what were you doing at this point in time when these pictures were taken? Like, were you still bartending? Were you acting? Like, what were you into?
like I did a lot of commercials, but still bartended. And then I did, All My Children, One Life to Live, As World Turns, Guiding Light. I did them all the New York soaps, and I recurred on As World Turns and Another World. And, but I wasn't getting much traction in TV and film. So then my agency here opened an office in LA. So I moved out there for 6 years.
Got it.
But, I was just that, that actor who I had gone to Circle and Square Theater School. I'd graduated and knew nothing about TV and film and was just kind of like bungling along. And I just will always remember how kind you were to me as a sort of a green actor. You were so nice.
I was so glad. I'm getting the feeling, and I don't know what was going on in my personal life. I'm getting the feeling I might have had a little crush. Okay, because I don't know. I can't think of another actor who came on our show that I took Polaroids of. Like, what was going on? And I also I can't think of another actor where I pushed them up against the thing and kissed them. I'm sure that was in the script, but usually it was the other way around. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's all very interesting. And apparently I fumbled the ball somewhere. So, not my fault, my bad.
No, funny because I was married at the time, and
okay. Well, that's good then.
And I'm telling you, Kristin, 2 weeks after we shot, my wife at the time, my ex-wife, she said to me, "So are you still in love with Kristin Davis? Is it still going on?" I was like, "Yeah, I am."
Okay, this is all very fascinating. It's like the road not taken. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is sad though. Okay, so wait, let's get this straight now. I need clarity. You were married.
Yep.
When you came on the show. I took Polaroid pictures of you and apparently flirted a lot with you to the point where your wife at the time then said, "Are you still in love with Kristin Davis?" But then also you guys broke up.
Yeah.
So my timing was just basically. I am so sad about this now. And you live on the park in Park Slope, which I just feel like you've had a wonderful life. So I'm happy that it all worked out. And you've gotten remarried. You're remarried. Yeah. Okay, got it. I'm glad that it's all worked out for you.
Yeah. I got remarried this past Christmas Eve.
Oh, congratulations. Yeah. That's nice.
And we got the full New York Times vows column. It was,
my God. You're really living like the life. Wow. Wow. Yeah. I'm impressed. And you have 3 dogs. So that's even more impressive.
Yeah.
I love it. This is really fascinating. I am so glad you emailed us. Wow, and wow. Where are the Polaroids?
I mean, I have them on my phone or on my computer, but I don't know where the actual physical copies. I don't know where they are, but they're
got it. But somewhere you had found them and smartly taken a picture of them. Good. We're going to put them on the Instagram for everyone to see our young selves. That's really fun. And now I'm sad. I want to find the footage of the scene.
Scenes. Yeah.
I vaguely remember Bridge, and I just thought it was coming. Like sometimes when I'm watching the show, I think, oh yeah, it's coming. You know what I mean? Because it's in my mind, but then I can't place where it should be. In chronological order.
They had a bridge expert on set, who taught us how to play. and
bridge is pretty hard.
None of us cared. We were just
I'm sure we didn't care. We would have an expert for everything. Like if Sarah and I even had to do 2 steps of a dance, we'd have our choreographer there. We were so nervous about everything, but I'm glad we didn't actually care. I do remember someone trying to teach us bridge. I also remember someone trying to teach us mahjong, which is also horribly difficult.
That's hard. Yeah.
Really hard.
That's kind of hard to fake, right? So
really hard to fake. Hard to fake. Though I think there was they had the writers had written it. One of them had played it and had written lines that if you said the lines properly, you would sound like you knew what you were doing.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
But I remember both of them. I was just like, oh no, I'm really bad at games. Okay. Wow. Well, I'm just really sorry. I just want to apologize for all of us. I feel bad. I know you're over it, but I feel bad because as an actor, it's just so painful. You try to get these parts, you get these parts, you're excited, you go, you do the best you can do, and you're just waiting for them to come on, and then it's gone.
Yeah.
That's sad.
It was at the time, it was a little rough. And I had made postcards made like on Sex and the City and like mailed them out to people. Like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
I know the story gets
really
worse, right?
Upsetting me. This is really upsetting me. But at least you got to be on Jenny's other show. So yay for Jenny.
Which
yay
was
for
the
Jenny.
best. And she was amazing. And that show was such a little gem that no one watched. But it was really great.
This happened, right?
Yeah, it's funny. I moved to LA, like I said, shortly after we did our episode, and I had Sex and the City on my resume. And, back in those days, you always went in person. And I remember like casting directors would be like, "Oh, what did you play in Sex and the City?" So I feel like, I finally just took it off my resume because I was like, I can't tell them. Yeah, well, I did this great role with Kristin Davis and I got cut. And here are the Polaroids. Here are the Polaroids now.
Oh my God. Yeah, we need to find these scenes and post them like as a little vignette, like as their own something. Little vignette. Wouldn't that be fun? I'm going to try to do it. I am going to try to do it, darn it, because I feel bad. I feel really bad. But I think you should put us back in your many, many 85 credits. Good Lord. You've been on everything ever made.
No.
And I'm just sad that somehow our little storyline just wasn't meant to be. It's tragic. Tragic.
It was, it was a brief romance.
I know, a brief romance, but it sounds fun. More fun than the other things that Charlotte was up to in this era. You know what I mean? Usually it was like some embarrassing something at that phase.
Yeah. Well, like Mr. Pussy, right?
Exactly. Mortifying. So wait, what was the ending? So I push you up against the bookcase and we kiss, and then what happened?
And then the host of the thing finds us and it's like, leave. You have to leave now. There's none of this, this won't be tolerated or something. I don't remember.
Oh, no. And that's it?
We had to just skulk out of the bridge party. Yeah. And then that was it. I was done.
Gosh.
It was cooked.
We were like embarrassed school children.
We should ask Jenny because there might have been a subplot that she had a thing for me. That's why, and you kissing me was like,
hey, it could have happened. I don't think she was with her now husband at that point. I'm going to find out. I did talk to Jenny for the LA episodes, and she was talking about how I believe her words were tragically single. All of the writers were at this point. So they were just using all of their stuff from real life, in the show, which of course makes for a good show. But I'm going to ask her now.
Oh, no, and I didn't mean Jenny had a thing. I meant the character that had a thing for me. I'm like, no, I would never.
No. I know. But I mean, I do think it's a way to, exercise your unfulfilled things. Yes, indeed. I mean, I do think it's kind of amazing that you met her in a restaurant and then ended up on our show. And then many, 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 many years later ended up on her show. I love it so much.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And that Zoom chemistry read or on Skype chemistry read I did with her and Paul Feig, it was like so much fun.
Paul's so great.
Oh, just the best.
What a great guy.
The combo, those two were just such a joy to work with and work for.
They're wonderful. Paul is also good friends with Michael Patrick, our showrunner who took over that you were saying after Darren left. And they have houses in Arrowhead, and we were up there and we ran into Paul and I was like, oh, what a crazy little world. I love these creative people,
Yeah, his style, like the way he dresses. Oh my God, it's just.
I know, he's super fascinating. Jason, I'm just so happy you emailed us because this is like an unfound, gem. Like, thank God you are here to tell us the things that I don't always remember because it's like that shadow memory where you're like, I feel like there's something missing. Like sometimes I'll watch a show and I'll be like, there's something missing here, and we need to find the footage. So now we're going to be on a new journey of trying to uncover this footage.
Track that down.
Yeah.
It must exist, right?
I think it must exist somewhere. The question is, did it end up on those DVDs? Because that would be interesting. Because there have been a couple times where people will say, oh, X, Y, or Z is on the DVD, and I'll just be shocked. Because I don't think I think at that point in time when the DVDs came out, I was just kind of trying, like, I wasn't really in a rewatching type of a mindset. I was just trying to keep moving forward,
Yeah.
But now many years later, it's fun to rewatch.
Did you rewatch the early stuff before you started the second iteration? No?
No, because it never would have entered my mind. Like, for me, because, we've played these characters for so long and because we're all still friends in life. So there was like a through line even when we weren't publicly, filming or whatever. it never entered my mind that I needed to catch up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
I think it would have been interesting to do so because as I'm rewatching now, I mean, there's so much I don't remember, but I also feel like one of the things that I think is interesting about playing a character for this long, which is so rare, of course, is that, you know, you change and grow and the character changes and grows with you to some extent, right? Like, it's not like I am Charlotte and Charlotte is me, but we're all of us who are continuing on. We were, I think, 33 when we started the show or something roughly like that. And, you know, now, and just like that was into our 50s and we're all living our lives too. So like, you don't necessarily need to match everything. And this is part of what people would get upset about, right? Like, oh, that character would never do that. No, people change and grow. That's life. That's Absolutely. The joy of life. Yeah. You know, you don't need to be like didactically committed to, well, Charlotte wore her hair like this when she was 40. So she would wear her hair like this. I mean, that's not how life is, you know?
Yeah.
And thank God, right? It would be boring if it was that way.
It's funny how, people can really get into the nitty gritty of stuff, right? And think they know, but you're absolutely right. We change, we grow. Yeah.
We change, we grow. And I mean, like kind of our essence might not, you know, it's an interesting thing. Like, I think also for us, the thing that's interesting too, is like, because we have been friends this whole time, we don't have to second guess things as much as I think you would if you somehow were operating in a vacuum where you weren't in touch with the people. You know what I'm saying? Like as a we're like a family group where we all see each other, you know, in New York or in LA, or I went to Lake Arrowhead with Michael Patrick, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Different things. We've got kids, we've got all different things, right? But it creates a through line and a connectedness that can't be manufactured or changed, really, right? Like it's just fundamental in a way.
And then you develop a shorthand with those people, right? I mean,
yes, exactly. And then the writing does so much, right? But they kind of write for us at this point, you know? So it's all very interesting. I mean, at some point, I hope I will get some objectivity about it just like that. I'm not quite there yet. I don't feel finished with the whole thing, right? But on the other hand, I'm now looking back. So I'm gaining some perspective, some interesting perspective on looking back at our earlier incarnations. You know?
Yeah, I have one more memory about that night that we
shot.
Tell
me. I can't wait.
I remember we broke for dinner at like 2 a.m. or something, and they served like sliced turkey. It was like a Thanksgiving type. And you were like, oh my God, tryptophan, we're all going to be asleep. We're not going to eat this.
So what did I get? Did I get something else?
Yeah, I mean, I think we ended up having something else, but you're like, don't eat the turkey. Don't eat the turkey.
Those are the weird things, you know, when you're working all night, you have to like do some weird things to stay perky, you know? Like you have to have some rules. And I guess no turkey is a pretty good rule. At that point in time, we saw sunrise, you know, 2 or 3 times a week. Mm-hmm. Thursday, Friday, probably, definitely, sometimes Wednesday, depending on the week and how we were doing. Like it was super, super nutty hours. But that was just how we had to do it, partly because sometimes we had the, you know, exterior night scenes, but then we'd get so turned around that even if we didn't, like you said, we were fully at Silver Cup, right? So there we are, fully in the studio until sunrise, which you would never hear about now. Like, I don't feel like anyone does that now.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's so money conscious now. And I mean, you guys were shooting on film, right? I mean, it's a totally different thing. So totally
different thing. I know.
Much slower process.
The olden days, man.
The olden days.
Slower in some ways and then not. Because I remember back then we shot a lot more pages than we do when we would work most recently.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Because we had to. Like, we would do crazy things. Like if we were out somewhere location-wise, because locations in New York are so expensive, all of us remember that they would have like those really big lights and we would like roll them down the street. Like we'd have one location on one corner and then another location on the other corner. We just roll the lights down the sidewalk in New York, like crazy times. And I remember at one point when we were going back to, and just like that, Sarah and I had this conversation of, you know, wouldn't it be great to go back to the way that we used to film, and we used to film so fast and, you know, so kind of guerrilla filmmaking in the streets. And we didn't do that. I don't even know. I don't even know if we could do that, because I know Michael Patrick and I talked one time too. I think when you look back, certainly at the first season and the second season of the show, there's some times where the special effects and the lighting, they're not great. You know, it's kind of like charmingly nostalgic to look at, but they're not like amazing, right? But I think once we made the films, then everyone's expectations of what it would look like visually really just bumped up.
Sure,
but also even
sense.
in this third season, like when I watched the third season of the show, our visuals are like, wow, you know, I mean, they're wow in a way of the time, right? Like long lenses in the city. It was kind of like our 70s, Scorsese type, vibe going on. And we obviously couldn't keep that going either, but I love it so much. But I think once we did the films, we really got high expectations, I guess, in terms of our visuals, and we couldn't really go back. But it would have been nice to go back just in terms of being quick, but I just don't know if you can do it that way these days,
Yeah, I know.
It's a different time.
It is. That was part of the fun thing for me working on Welcome to Flats, with Jenny and Paul, was that, there was a lot of improv and there was a lot of just, we would do a couple takes as scripted and Paul would be like, okay, just let's just have fun with this.
Amazing.
And that felt so different to me, especially for a network half-hour comedy. It was like
unheard of.
But because it was Paul and Jenny, I think, they were given free reign, and we had so much fun, and so much stuff that ended up on the show was just like stuff that happened in the moment. And
wow,
that felt really like, wow, this is special.
I need to watch this show. I somehow did not watch it either, which I don't know where I was. Like, how could I miss Jenny's whole show?
I know. 2 seasons. Yeah.
2 seasons. Amazing.
It just kind of went under the radar.
I feel like that's also a problem of where we are right now. There's so much stuff.
Yeah.
And you can't like focus,
Yeah. Yeah. And then
I love Jenny.
The strike killed us because we would have been renewed for a 3rd season. I heard that definitively, but the strike just messed up the timeline and everything. So
that's so sad.
But it was such a joy to get to work with Jenny Bix again and to work with her, over multiple episodes. It was really, really fun.
I love Jenny.
And her writing's so good. Her writing on your show,
good.
on that show, were just the best.
I know. She's great. She's great. We have her on the podcast anytime I can get her on.
I'm sure. And she's up in Maine most of the time, isn't she?
She is. The last time we Skyped or whatever, whatever, one of the things. Thank God I'm not in charge of the technical. But yes, she's living her fabulous life, but also writing and, doing great.
Yeah. Good.
Well, you are joy, and I'm just so sad that we're not immortalized in our show together.
I know. Maybe that footage exists. Maybe.
Darn it!
Somewhere.
I'm going to find it. I'll keep you posted. And thank you for saving those Polaroids or taking pictures of those Polaroids or whatever.
Right.
I love it.
Crazy.
Amazing.
Well, thanks for having me.
It's my pleasure.
So excited to be on here and just to get to reconnect with you. And
me too. Thanks for emailing.
All right. Well.
All right. Have a great day.
Have a great day. You take care.
Bye.
All right,
Thank
bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.